Good morning.
Good morning. How would you describe kind of the first NFL preseason training camp experience?
That was the hardest 6 weeks of my life. I was just keeping it honest with y'all, man. Nah, it was fun though. I had a great time. You talk about the Raven Brotherhood and the price that you have to pay day in, day out. It's real. It's real, man. And that was something, like I said, from the time I first was drafted here. This was my childhood favorite team. This was, it means a lot to me. It means everything to me to be out here with the vets. To be out here with the coaches, to be out here in this organization, to be able to put it all on the line day in and day out. So just keeping that perspective each day. When I woke up at 5:45 to get here, and when your body's hurting and stuff is tough, you got your rookie year, adjustments and whatnot. Just keep that in perspective, man. That gratitude, that excitement, and I just carried that with me in my heart day in and day out. So it was a great time. But it was hard. It definitely was hard.
What was the biggest adjustment to the NFL game for you?
For me, it's just, I always was able to, I was always I dropped a lot in coverage, in college. But, the Sam position, really just learning, the ins and outs of, NFL schemes, route concepts, and just continuing to just, learn the game. From, that off-the-ball Sam backer spot as opposed to being a defensive end, I'm always on the line. So, just taking all that information and just continuing to grow day in, day out with it. Learning as much as I can from Tybo. Watching him, I firmly believe that Tybo is the best dropping outside linebacker in the NFL. So, when we go into our film sessions, I'm in class with some 8 of the best professors at football, whether it be Coach Wilkins, Fee, Tybo, Justin Houston. We all are learning from each other day in and day out. So, just keeping that perspective, keeping an open mind and a growth mindset, and just wanting to go out and just be better than I was the day before.
Daelin, we saw your package of pass rush moves pretty early on in training camp. How have you kind of built those over the years? Is it studying guys that you grew up watching? How did you kind of build that library?
But with pass rush, you just want to be true to who you are. I learned a lot from Justin. We talk about the steps and whatnot, but that was one of his biggest things with me. He was just be who you are. Master what you're good at. And, I think that's really been effective for me thus far. Understanding my strengths and, just being able to have an impact on the quarterback, I think is really been awesome.
You said be true to who you are. Who is Daelin Hayes on the field?
Yeah, people always got on me about my pass rush, but man, I always took that personally, man. I always people used to play my athleticism or something like that, but bro, I'm athletic, man. Y'all see when I'm dipping, man, I'm down here with it. So I just want to continue to hone in on that and just continue to grow day in and day out. Like I said, just with every aspect of my game.
David, how's your connection with Coach Drew Wilkins?
Yeah, Coach. I laugh. That's my guy. Coach Wilkins is my guy. From the time we get here, man. Coach, he's probably one of the most brilliant, football minds I've ever been around. Just the information that he gives us to give us the upper hand is really unlike anything I've had before. So, I really appreciate him. He's a funny guy, sarcastic guy, quick guy on his feet, witty. So, I definitely appreciate it. Love Coach, love being coached by Coach day in and day out, and look forward to being coached, further down the line.
Daelin, how much do you think has helped you coming in with a guy like Odafe who's kind of going through the same stuff, the same age, the same room, that coming in with a guy like that?
That I think that's been the biggest blessing of this process thus far. That's my twin. We always joking. When we're going through all that, from the time we were drafted, rookie minicamp, OTAs, training camp, anytime we were having a down day or we just were just in that funk or whatever, man, we picking each other up. If it's the day I'm down, Dafe's always there to pick me up. If Dafe's down, I'm there to help him out. And, just learning and growing together. I think that it's been an awesome resource for each other, so. It's been huge, so very thankful for it.
Daelin, when people talk about you as a pass rusher in the NFL, I think they mentioned Ben. Is that something you think you are just genetically blessed with? A lot of guys kind of struggle to have that ability to get flexible, get low, coming off the edge. Is that something that you've always had?
Yeah, like I said, what Justin was telling me, just being true to who I am. and finding what works for me. That's always been something that I've had, but this offseason I was really able to refine a couple moves that would really utilize that to make me more effective than I was when I was in college. And then obviously, like I said, with Coach Drew, that's something that we work day in and day out. We work the triangle bags. Everything is about, you know, dipping, ripping, and getting our toe pointed to the quarterback. So that move is just a culmination of so much, like, you know, so much hard work and dedication this offseason to really perfecting that, you know, and just getting it as a, using it as a, you know, a tool in my toolbox.
The roster now, I mean, went from 80 players down to 53. You're only a couple weeks now away from the season starting. Has practice over the past couple of days, has the atmosphere changed a little bit now that it seems like things are kind of ramping up a little bit?
I mean, yeah, yes and no. I mean, in the sense, like, you know, from the time we've got here, there's always been a real sense of urgency as far as, you know, what's expected and, you know, the way that we practice and what's, you know, our culture. So, you know, in that sense, no, it hasn't really changed, but we have, you know, eased up on the legs a little bit. So, you know, from that every day, you know, 2.5 hour practice, you know, I was doing a kickoff yesterday and I was like, oh, like I started opening up, like, hold on, like I feel my legs come back. So, yeah, it's been great to have those couple days just to get our feet back.
Part of his question, Demison's question, is how do you feel to be on the 53-man roster?
Man, it's a dream come true. Like, I mean, I'm so grateful. I'm so, like, it was crazy yesterday. I was talking to Veen, and like we had a conversation. I was like, dang, I guess y'all don't do that on the Ravens. He was like, nah, bro, we don't do that. He was like, you're a Raven, and it was like at that moment, you know, hearing that from a vet, it was surreal, man. Like, you know, just to be a part of this brotherhood, earn every day. Nothing has come easy, and you know, just to earn the respect of the vets and earn the respect of, you know, the coaches and to be out here and to be a part of this organization. It's truly a blessing, and I'm super thankful for it, and I'm excited to go earn it every day. I'm about to go earn it in about 30 minutes, so, you know, just excited and can't wait to see what the future holds.
Daelin, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Just walk.
He's got to go.